Tourist city of Cox's Bazar awaits to get a modern look with sea-based airport runway, iconic rail station and exclusive tourist complex. BNP in ill motive to misguide people through making propaganda amid to hide their leader's crime, says Obaidul Qadir. BNP more deadlier than dengue as Aedes mosquitoes bite people but the party burns people alive, says Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. Experts stress vigilance and to expand awareness building as dengue spread alarmingly in countryside. Elder son of the father of the nation, one of the organizers of Liberation War and sports personality, Shahid Sheikh Kamal's 74th birthday tomorrow. And a two-day peace conference on Ukraine crisis begins in Saudi Arabia tomorrow without Russia's participation. Assalamu alaikum, welcome to News at 10. This is Faria Dilshad Movizu. Those were the highlights, now news onto the details.
বাংলার মানুষ যেন আর অপমানিত না হয়, আর এই শহীদরা হয়ে গেছে তাদের রক্তের সঙ্গে বেঈমানি যেন আমরা না করি। মনে রাখবেন, আপনারা নিশ্চয়ই বিশ্বাস করেন এবং জানেন শহীদের রক্ত কোনো দিন বৃথা যায় নাই আর যাবেও না ইনশাআল্লাহ।
The tourist city of Cox's Bazar is awaiting to get a new look soon with dozens of mega infrastructure. The sea-based airport runway is near to completion. At the same time, an iconic railway station is almost ready to be operational and construction of an exclusive tourism park is underway. The first iconic railway station in Bangladesh has been built on 29 acres of land in the shape of an oyster. The railway station may be inaugurated this year. The long-cherished Dhaka-Cox's Bazar rail track will be open in December, easing Cox's Bazar tour in terms of time and money. The Awami League government has been working to turn Cox's Bazar into a tourism hub for South Asia, attracting tourists from home and abroad in order to expedite economic activities. Awami League General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul Qadir said BNP has tarnished the country's judiciary and constitution repeatedly. Today, they are trying to create confusion in the public mind by spreading misinformation about the constitution and judiciary to save their top leaders from crime. But everyone is equal in the eyes of the law. The political identity of the criminal is not a matter of law. The minister said this in a statement today, condemned and protested the speech of BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir regarding the country's judiciary as arrogant, anti-constitutional and mischievous. Obaidul Qadir said BNP leaders including Mirza Fakhrul Islam are deliberately making negative comments about the country's independent judiciary. However, as the crimes of the corrupt top leaders of the BNP have been proven through long judicial processes and evidence, they have been punished by the court verdict. In a statement, Obaidul Qadir also said the government has no link in the case conducted in the name of BNP leaders. These cases occurred during 1/11's caretaker government. The current government has not intervened in these cases. It has proceeded at its own pace through the lengthy judicial process. Obaidul Qadir said the Awami League government has consolidated the independence of the judiciary with the sole efforts of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. An independent judicial system has been established by separating the country's judiciary from the executive. Under the leadership of Bangabandhu's daughter Sheikh Hasina, the rule of law has been re-established in the country instead of the bad culture of lawlessness. Bangladesh Krishak League has organized a program in the capital today to kill Aedes mosquitoes in order to tackle dengue as well as raising awareness among people. Information and Broadcasting Minister and Awami League Joint General Secretary Dr. Hassan Mahmud was present there as chief guest. Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal joined the program as guest of honor. Thanking Krishak League for organizing the event, Dr. Hassan Mahmud said the BNP is deadlier than Aedes mosquitoes in many cases. Dengue kills people while the BNP burns people alive. So the BNP has to be resisted on streets, he added.
বিএনপির দিকে তাকিয়ে দেখুন, ডেঙ্গু মশা অনেক মারাত্মক, বিএনপি আরো বেশি মারাত্মক, ডেঙ্গুর চেয়ে অনেক ক্ষেত্রে বেশি মারাত্মক। ডেঙ্গু মশা কামড়ায় আর বিএনপি আগুন জ্বালায়, বিএনপি গাড়ি ঘোড়া পোড়ায়, মানুষ পোড়ায়, জীবন্ত মানুষ পুড়িয়ে মারে। সুতরাং অনেক ক্ষেত্রে ডেঙ্গু মশার চেয়েও বিএনপি হচ্ছে বেশি মারাত্মক। আজকে তারা এই ডেঙ্গু মশা নিয়ন্ত্রণ বলুন, কৃষকের পাশে দাঁড়ানো বলুন, এবং করোনার সময় মাঝে মধ্যে ফটো সেশন ছাড়া তাদেরকে আর কোনো কিছুতে দেখা যায়নি। এখন আছে কি? এখন আছে তারেক জিয়ার জুবাইদুর রহমানের কেন শাস্তি হলো সেটা নিয়ে। তারা রাজনীতিটা জনগণের জন্য করে না, বিএনপি রাজনীতিটা করে বেগম খালেদা জিয়া, তারেক জিয়া এবং বেগম জিয়ার পরিবারের জন্য। আর বিএনপি এমন একটি দল, ইউনিয়ন পরিষদের মেম্বার ইলেকশনও করতে দিচ্ছে না, সিটি কর্পোরেশনের কাউন্সিলর ইলেকশনও করতে দিচ্ছে না, দিলে বহিষ্কার করছে। আসলে মানুষ এই দল কেন করবে যেই দল করলে কোনো ইলেকশন করা যায় না? তারেক রহমান আর বেগম খালেদা জিয়া বিএনপিকে তারা ইউনিয়ন পরিষদে চায় না, বিএনপিকে তারা সিটি কর্পোরেশনে চায় না, কোনো জায়গায় চায় না। কি চায় তারা? বেগম খালেদা জিয়া, বিশেষ করে তারেক রহমান চায় বিএনপি তার একটি লাঠিয়াল বাহিনী হিসাবে থাকুক, এবং সেই কারণে তারা যখন কর্মসূচি দেয় লাঠি নিয়ে হাজির হয়। আমাদের নেত্রী জননেত্রী শেখ হাসিনা, গয়েশ্বর বাবু, আমানুল্লাহ আমান যখন গ্রেপ্তার হলো নির্দেশ দিলেন তাদের ছেড়ে দিতে, তাদের সেবা শুশ্রূষা করতে। গয়েশ্বর বাবুকে ভালো করে খাওয়ানো হলো, ওখানে খাওয়া দাওয়া করে বাইরে এসে উল্টা সুরে কথা বললেন। তা আপনি খাইলেন কেন? তাহলে আপনি এত পদের খাবার নিয়ে বসে খেলেন কেন? আপনি তো অস্বীকার করতে পারতেন যে আমি খাবো না। আপনি ভালো করে খেলেন এবং বাহবা দিলেন, ধন্যবাদ দিলেন, বাইরে এসে উল্টো সুরে কথা বললেন। আবার খাবার পোটলা বেঁধে বাসায়ও নিয়ে গেছে। এটা কি পুলিশ বাধ্য করেছিল? এটাই বোঝা যায় ওদের নেতাদের দ্বিচারিতা এবং ইমানের জোর। ওদের ইমানের জোর যে কত কম এটাই বোঝা যায়। যেই দলের নেতারা বোরকা পরে হাইকোর্টে হাজির হয় জামিন নেওয়ার জন্য, ওদের দিয়ে আর যাই হোক কোনোদিন আন্দোলন হবে না।
Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal said leaders and activists of the Awami League stand by people in any disaster. Similarly, they have stood by people to tackle dengue.
আমরা সকলেই যার যার আঙ্গিনায়, যার যার বাড়িতে যেটুকু আমরা পারি সেইটুকু করলেই আমরা মনে হয় ডেঙ্গু থেকে আমরা বাঁচতে পারবো। কারণ ডেঙ্গু আমাদেরকে নিয়ন্ত্রণ করতেই হবে। আমরা চাই না ডেঙ্গুর আরো ভয়াবহ বিস্তার রোধ করতে। আমরা চাই না আর কেউ এখানে প্রাণ ত্যাগ করুক।
Krishak League President Shomir Chandra presided over the function. General Secretary of the organization Umme Kulsum Sriti MP, members of Parliament Hosne Ara and Fahima Akhtar Khanum, mosquito control expert agriculturist Shubroto Dash, among others, spoke. Later, they joined the program to kill mosquitoes. Meanwhile, in the afternoon, Information and Broadcasting Minister and Awami League Joint General Secretary Dr. Hassan Mahmud attended the 3rd International Information and Knowledge Management Conference as chief guest at East West University in the capital. He said the country's mass media is enjoying full freedom under the present government, which believes in the free flow of information.
In Bangladesh, press is free and very transparently is working. There is no government, I would say, censorship or anything, nothing. If you compare it, Singapore, only 4 television channels, government controlled. All the newspapers are government controlled newspapers. If you look at Malaysia, the case, I mean, better than Singapore, but almost the same. Free fair, and responsible, I would say free, fair, I repeat, and responsible press is essential for the growth of the country, for the inclusive society, and for strengthening the democracy. In Bangladesh, 6,000 digital centers and broadband connection in many villages, in unions. We have 1/3 of the unions are connected with broadband connection. My village is a remote village. I want to tell you, in my remote village, where elephant still come every year. And every year, on regular basis in my village, 1 or 2 people are killed by them every year. In my village or nearby village, every year 1 or 2 people are killed by the elephant. So in such a remote village, there is broadband connection. And when we formed the government back in 2009, then only 5 million people used to use internet. Now 120 million people use internet.
Pro Vice Chancellor of East West University, Dr. Muhammad Ziaul Haq Mamun, chaired the conference, which was also addressed by Chairperson of Information Studies Department of the University, Dr. Dilara Begum. Professor Zillian Oliver of Australian Monash University presented keynote papers at the conference. Researchers from Australia, Indonesia, Bosnia, Herzegovina and India are being presented their intuition, exercise and experiences in the 3-day international conference. The dengue situation in the country is worsening day by day. A press release of the Director General of Health Services said 10 more dengue patients died in the last 24 hours. Of them, 8 were in Dhaka and 2 were outside Dhaka. 1,757 dengue patients were admitted to different hospitals across the country during the last 24 hours. Among them, 892 dengue patients were hospitalized in Dhaka city and 865 patients outside Dhaka. Meanwhile, no patient died of COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. The country reported 72 COVID-19 positive cases as 2,047 tested in the last 24 hours. Corona infection rate was reported at 3.52%. The 74th birth anniversary of valiant freedom fighter Shohid Captain Sheikh Kamal, the eldest son of father of the nation Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, will be observed tomorrow in a befitting manner. Sheikh Kamal was born at Tungipara in Gopalganj on August 5 in 1949. He was a former executive member of the Central Committee of Bangladesh Chhatra League. Different sports and socio-cultural organizations, including the ruling Awami League, Popular Club Abahuni Limited and Abahuni Shamurtho Goshti, have taken elaborate programs to observe the day. Sheikh Kamal passed his secondary examination from Shaheen School and higher secondary exam from Dhaka College. He obtained a Bachelor of Arts degree in Sociology from Dhaka University. Sheikh Kamal was not only the founder of Abahuni Krida Chakra, but also a founder member of Dhaka Theatre. Since his childhood, Sheikh Kamal was very much enthusiastic about different sports including football, cricket, hockey and basketball. Sheikh Kamal was commissioned in the Mukti Bahini after receiving training from the First War Corps in independent Bangladesh and served as ADC of General M.A.G. Osmani. After the country's independence, Sheikh Kamal retired from the army and paid attention to the study. President Muhammad Shahabuddin and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina pay rich tributes to the memory of Shohid Sheikh Kamal on the occasion of his 74th birth anniversary. In separate messages, the President and Prime Minister prayed for eternal peace of the departed soul of Sheikh Kamal, who was a shining star in the country's sports and cultural arenas. And now international news. its allies aim to rally global support for a peace blueprint in talks hosted by Saudi Arabia starting tomorrow, but a question mark hangs over whether China will take part. Ukrainian and Western diplomats hope the meeting in Jeddah of national security advisors and other senior officials from some 40 countries will agree on key principles that would underpin any peace settlement to end Russia's war in Ukraine. Russia has not been invited in the conference. Analysts said the meeting will not be fruitful without Russia. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Wednesday he hoped the initiative will lead to a peace summit of leaders from around the world this autumn to endorse the principles based on his own 10-point formula for a peace settlement. Ukrainian, Russian and international officials say there is no prospect of direct peace talks between Ukraine and Russia at the moment, as the war continues to rage and Kyiv seeks to reclaim territory through a counter-offensive. To end the bulletin, headlines once again. Tourist city of Cox's Bazar awaits to get a modern look with sea-based airport runway, iconic rail station and exclusive tourist complex. BNP in ill motive to misguide people through making propaganda amid to hide their leaders' crime, says Obaidul Qadir. BNP more deadlier than dengue as Aedes mosquitoes bite people, but the party burns people alive, says Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. Experts stress vigilance and to expand awareness building as dengue spread alarmingly in countryside. Elder son of the father of the nation, one of the organizers of Liberation War and sports personality, Shohid Sheikh Kamal's 74th birthday tomorrow. And a two-day peace conference on Ukraine crisis begins in Saudi Arabia tomorrow without Russia's participation. That was all from the news for the moment. Thank you for staying with us.